Okay, everyone, once again, thank you so much for joining us today for Pear Deck 101. This is being recorded, as I had mentioned before. And again, I am Glay Koenig, a teacher on special assignment here in ILE. And joining me today is Miss Tina Lanu. Tina, you want to say something?
Hi, welcome.
Okay, so to get started today, I would like for us to go ahead and start with a quick poll to find out how often are you using Google Slides as a teacher today? Don't mind just putting that information in the chat. Tell me, do you use it daily? Do you use it weekly? Do you use it monthly? Do you use it every day? Whatever it is, if you guys just quickly put your responses to let us know, how often are you using Google Slides?
Yes. All right, so it looks like most of you guys are using it daily, some of you weekly. Very nice. You guys are using it all the time. Love it.
Our objectives today. Today, we are going to learn how to harness the power of Google Slides using the Pear Deck add-on. We're going to understand how a student experiences Pear Deck, and we're also going to talk about what it's like to work in teacher mode as well as in student pace mode. And then we're going to give you guys some time to play around and to create and look at the pre-made templates. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about the SAMR model. We're going to make our connections here. As many of you guys know, this is a great technological piece, and we are using ways to use thoughtful lesson design to help integrate appropriate technology with our students. So Pear Deck is another great way to offer those scaffoldings because you can go ahead and progress through the entire SAMR model. In addition to that, it provides our students with those 21st century learning skills. It helps them critically think, it helps them to communicate, and it helps them to solve problems. Creatively, that is. All right, let's take a look at our agenda. Our agenda today is we're going to define what Pear Deck is. We're going to go ahead and experience Pear Deck as a student. We're going to look at the 5 types of questions that you can ask within a Pear Deck. We'll look at the pre-made templates, and then we'll go ahead and start a Pear Deck. So first, let's take a look at what Pear Deck is. Pear Deck is on a mission to help our teachers deliver powerful and meaning moments for our students. It is an add-on tool, as we had mentioned before. And for those of you that are not familiar with what an add-on is, it is just a simple piece that we can add in. They have them for our slide decks as well as for Google Docs. And it's just a way to enhance what we're already providing to our students. And it gives them the experience that they need to interact and engage with lessons that we create for them. Pear Deck is also great because it has some great accessibility features that it will provide scaffolding to keep our students engaged. All right, so now we'd like to start by giving you guys the student experience. And what's going to happen is Tina is going to put a link inside the Google chat. And what we want you to do is to open a separate tab, and you will be joining the the Pear Deck as a student. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize my screen, and I'll pull it over to show you what it will look like. Okay, so once you log in to joinpd.com, it's going to ask you for a class code, and this is the code that you will enter. And I forgot to mention earlier with all the chaos, if you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask the questions in the chat box, or feel free to unmute yourself and you guys can just ask us live. So has everyone had an opportunity to log in? Anyone have any questions or is struggling with? So how many of you are able to see our screen? We should be on this deck here. So let's go ahead and start by experiencing this as a student. So to get started, how much do you know about Pear Deck? So you should have the ability to click on there and tell me how often you're using it as, how much do you know about it, excuse me. Okay, so it looks like about several of you guys have responded, and some are you saying, I don't know anything about it. Some of you guys have said, I haven't used it, I've tried it, I've used it, and I love it. Very good. So something else that as you're experiencing this as a student, I'm going to be showing you what it's like from the teacher side as well. So our district has the premium version, which allows us to have access to the teacher dashboard. And the power behind having the teacher dashboard is you have the ability to look at what your students are responding to as it is occurring. So as we go through and we discuss the different question types, we'll go ahead and talk about different ways that there's value in being able to show responses to your students. So as you can see here, this is a poll here. Here's the different options that our students showed. And now we'll go ahead and go to the next slide. Okay, in this experience here, it is going to ask you to drag the icon to find the adverbs. Very good. And as you can see, you guys are seeing the layering features as everyone is responding. And again, this is being shown through the teacher dashboard. So if I click on this here, this shows me the individual student responses. So the value of this is that if I have a student that I'm able to see their responses and I can see clearly that they're struggling with this lesson, I have the ability to take note of who that student is and maybe pull them into a small group. And so that will show me that I need to go back to this lesson and work with them on that. So this is another valuable piece. Okay, now let's go ahead and go to, oh, did I skip a slide? No, I didn't. Here we go. Here's the next one. This is an estimation. So this is great for math with numbers. So go ahead and estimate how many jelly beans do you think can fit in a mason jar? Very good. And again, once again, you can see the teacher dashboard. And this gives me a real live view of the student responses. This is a great example if you are teaching mean, median, and mode. So this is a great resource to include so you can get an overview of how your students are responding. I can show, somebody had a question on showing how to find the student's name. So hold on, I'm going to hide those. Give me 1 second. Okay, so this is a writing template. And the great thing about this is it requires our students or gives them the opportunity to explain their thinking. So go ahead in this slide right here, just give me a brief idea as to why you chose what you chose. Okay, so some of you guys were asking about finding the the students that are responding, and I apologize for that. Again, in my panic with all this technological issue, I had closed my teacher dashboard. So what you would do is you're going to click on these three dots right here, and you're going to open the dash in a new window. So we click on that, and then you will have the ability to see the responses by students. So we can see here that Nicole gave us a response that she just simply guessed. We have some more detailed responses that 180 seem too little and 200 seem too much. So this is a great way to see our student responses. Now, the other thing, if I wanted to only highlight or select a few of the responses to share, all I would do is click star here, and then it would only show those student responses. The other great piece that we'll talk a little bit more about 201, if you want to come, we'll talk about leaving feedback for our students as well. There's a little shameless plug for 201. But again, this is opening up the teacher dashboard right here in a new window to see those responses. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that over here on the other side so we can move on to the next slide. Tina, are there any questions at this time? No? Okay, great. Okay, so this one should be a little bit of fun. Please draw for us using the tools. Draw a dog playing a violin with a pineapple body. Okay, everyone. So now you guys have all had the opportunity to participate and share. So as you can see, here are some of the samples that I was able to star and share with you guys. And this is just another great example of engaging our kids. And the great thing about this is I have the ability to lock the screens. This is down here at the bottom. So if you notice, now you will not have the ability to respond. So let's say you're doing an activity with your students and you want them to stop and think about what they're doing, or you need to extend your conversation to make sure that they have a clear understanding. When you are in teacher or instructor-based mode, it gives you this ability to lock the screens so the kids can't engage. But once I unlock it, they're able to go back in. So if you guys just want to quickly draw a heart or something back on your page, so you guys can see that I've unlocked it and you guys can re-engage with that as well. Okay, and we've got our heart right here. Okay, very good. All right, moving on to the next slide. Okay, so this one right here is great because it has another great layering feature. So if you could go ahead and drag the flag and find Algeria. Some of you may know, some of you may not know. All right, so this is the responses, or here's the page, I'm sorry, that you guys have been working on. Okay, so here is the page where you can see the students' names and how they responded. Something else that I wanted to point out to you is as you guys came into the Pear Deck, you all were asked an SEL question about how you were feeling. So the great thing is that you can go ahead and see how your individual student is feeling for that day. So if you wanted to do a check-in with them later, this is another great resource. But this kind of gives you an idea of what everyone is responding. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to star everyone's response here. And click over here. There we go. Yes, I'm with you, Taylor. I was not sure exactly where it was either. Ashley, you look like you have a good idea. Amanda does as well. And Anna and Christina pretty close. Very good. So this is just another great option for you guys. Okay, I'm going to move this and move on to the next excerpt. Okay, so go ahead and use it. This is a great draggable option for you to use with the kids, just to get another SEL option of how are you feeling about this lesson? Do you need me to go back and help you a little bit more? You could also use this as something as the students check in the morning, just to get an idea of how they're feeling. Okay. And we can see everybody's feeling pretty good. All right, very good. All right, let's go ahead and go to the next. Okay, oh, actually, that was the last one. All right, so now what we're going to do is this previous version has been in teacher pace mode. So as you can see, you guys were not able to move on to the slides until I moved the screen. Now we're going to have you guys do it when you guys are in student pace mode, which gives you the ability to do it on your own. Okay, so let me just go ahead, and to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my dashboard back over here so you guys can see how I'm doing this. So in the teacher dashboard, what I do is I click on the three dots here, and I go ahead and I switch it to turn on student pace mode. So I'm going to click that, and then now I say, okay, got it. And then now the power should be released to you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys about 5 minutes to go through this lesson and explore. Actually, I'll give you guys about 8 minutes. So feel free to explore this. If you have any questions, go ahead and unmute and we'll go ahead and answer those for you. But go ahead and play around and see how you guys feel about it.
Presentation.
On there, yes, I see what you're saying. Yeah, if you clicked on the, so wait, I see what you're saying. So when you clicked on the pair, it brought you to this page. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, and
is
then
this what you're seeing here?
Yeah, and then but then I clicked on, like, I see two. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I see two screens on mine. Like I see.
So
Yeah.
so for me, I no, you're good. So for me, I think if you just click the X just to close that, it should just bring you right back to the presentation. So if you close the X of that.
Yeah, so I'm in the presentation, and I
Okay.
see like half the presentation is like a small weekly wonders, and the other half was like a website. So I clicked a link on the website, and still in the presentation, it took me to the next page, but I can't go back. Like I can't go back. Like where's the back button if I'm still in the presentation? Does that make sense?
Okay,
or no?
so
No. Okay.
if you're in the okay, Tina's gonna go ahead, unmute Tina. Go ahead.
So Amanda, try just hitting the back button on the very top of your screen.
So mine, it won't ruin it. Oh, look at
Nope.
you. See, okay, there you go.
Just,
I thought it would kick me in.
It'll just take you back to the web page that you were on when you started the weekly
Okay,
wonders.
perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for that question. I don't want to forget what I asked now, but is there a chance for the answer? Sorry, I was reading your question. Let me see. Okay. So, okay, Anna, so actually that's a great question. So again, another shameless plug for 201. This is actually something that we're going to cover in depth in 201 because within Pear Deck, it actually collects the students' responses and it's going to email them their responses, and then they can use it as a review guide. So if you're interested in knowing that information, please join us for 201. So again, there's a shameless plug for 201. Is that what you were referencing, Anna?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I have no clue about Pear Deck, so I don't know what is a basic question or not. Thank you.
No, not at all. That's actually a great question. Thank you for asking it. Anyone else have any questions? All right, let's go ahead and continue through our presentation for today. So go ahead and click off of the tab that we were just in the Pear Deck, and we're going to actually go back to the original slides. I'll have Tina go ahead and put that slide deck in the chat again, just in case someone accidentally closed out their tab. Okay, so to get started with Pear Deck, what we're going to do is, if everyone could please open the slide deck in another tab. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go over here and we're going to click add-ons. And then we're going to click Pear Deck for Google Slides add-on. And then toggle over again to where it says Open Pear Deck add-on. The district has actually already added these add-ons for us, so this should already be there for you. If anyone does not have it, please go ahead and unmute yourself and I can tell you how to get it if it's not already there. Okay,
are we doing this sorry, Glay. Are we doing this inside of the slide? Hi. Are we doing this one inside of the inside of the Google Slides that you provided us or inside of our own Google Slides?
Yeah, no, I'm sorry if I wasn't clear on that. So in a separate tab, if you can open up a brand new a brand new slide deck or one that you already have in existence. It's your choice, whatever you prefer. But just go ahead and do that in another tab, please.
Okay, perfect. Because I have
Anna.
your slides plus that. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, you got it. Anna, go ahead, unmute yourself and ask your question.
Thank you. And another slide deck, or is Google Slide okay? I don't have a slide deck set. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
How to.
I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah, Google Slides used to be called slide decks, so I apologize. It is Google Slides. You are in the right spot.
The slide deck is not a Pear Deck. It's Google Slide.
No, it's just Google Slides. Yes.
Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Okay, I'll give you guys about another minute to make sure you have one opened in the other tab, and then it give you the opportunity to click on add-ons and then click Pear Deck for Google Slides, and then you'll toggle over one more tab to where it says open the add-on. Okay, so once you have had the opportunity to do that, you will see that you are given, oh, my thing's freezing again. Here we go. All right. So there are 5 different question types that you can ask within a Pear Deck. You have the text, you have the multiple choice, the number, a website, which we will discuss later on, and drawing and dragging. Yeah, Christina, go ahead and unmute yourself. You can ask your question.
I am not seeing the add-on at the top. I have all my little add-ons that I've had in the past, but I'm not. Oh no, those are extensions. Never mind. Is it in the extension?
Actually, right below that here, let me pull this over for you guys so that you can see it here. All right, so when you go here, yeah. So when you go to the web store here.
Oh, that's where I'm, okay.
Yeah, and if you type in Pear Deck, it should come up there.
Okay, let me make sure. And I want to say I added it a while ago, but it's not one of my icons, so who knows?
Okay, yeah, no problem. Take a moment and go ahead and find that. Okay, so when you open it up, you will see that there is a temple library and there's lesson builders and then dragging along. So the great thing about this is that there is a huge template library in there with pre-made lessons that you can just drag in. And one of the other features that you will find within there is lesson builders. So it lets you decide, okay, I need something for the beginning of my lesson to engage my kids. There's a ton of different templates there. It's the same for the middle and same for the end. If none of these meet your needs, you have the ability to create your own. So here you will see the template, the template library, and all you're going to do is click this button here, and you click on it and you will see a ton of different options. And then the same thing with the different lessons. So one of the options that you have as a beginning lesson is to draw 2 types of things that you know about today's topic. So if you wanted to use this as a KWL chart, you could go ahead and add this in there to find out where your kids are at, and then it will allow you to build the lesson from there. So this is just one of the many examples. Okay, so once you have built your Pear Deck and it's all complete and you're ready to go, this is how you're going to start it. Over to the left-hand side at the very top, you should see the green icon with the pear that says Start the Lesson. Once you click on that, it's going to prompt you to select whether you want the lesson to be student-paced or if you want it to be instructor-paced. If you are assigning this as something to do at home for homework, student-paced is a great opportunity. Instructor-paced is great because it gives you the power to control how the lesson progresses. Once you have made your selection on the type of activity that you want to give, your students are going to you're going to ask your students to go to joinpd.com, just the way that you guys did with us today, or you can send an invite if you have a Google Classroom added or active, excuse me. And then again, it's going to give you a code so that your students go directly to that invite link. Okay, So now let's give you guys some time to play and explore and see what you guys can create. But before I release you guys to explore, are there any questions that anyone would like answered before you begin?
I have another one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's why we're here. Thanks for asking.
Thank you. If we have existing Google slides, can we put, I don't know how you'd say, can you make it into a Pear Deck or put Pear Deck
Yes.
over it? I'm not sure how you,
Yes.
how it do.
Absolutely. Sorry, I don't know where my camera was off. I apologize for that. Yes, absolutely. So what you'll want to do is there's two different things. Since you're playing, I would strongly recommend that you make a copy of that slide deck just so that your original is intact until you've mastered how to use Pear Deck. But once you do that, if you have the copy open, you're going to do the same thing where you go, let me just slide back and show you where that's at here. And you're going to go add-ons. Here it is. So you will go in that existing slide that you have, you're going to click on add-ons, and then you're going to click the Pear Deck, and then you're going to open it. And then this will allow you to add whatever types of questions that you already want to that existing slide that you have made.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, go ahead and explore. And again, Tina and I are here, so just unmute yourself or drop a question in the chat if you have anything. We'll give you guys about, I'll give you guys about 6 minutes. Great question, Anna. So Anna is asking about when she's adding in the drawing options, she's not seeing it on her screen. So in order for you to see it, you actually have to open it in another tab and go into present mode. And then that is how the slide options or the tool options are going to come live. And then also when you open it or you start it for your students, when they receive it, they actually see the tools. Anna, are you able to see the student's view in advance, or are you asking when it's live?
In advance, so as I'm preparing the slides, I want to be able to kind of see what they'll be seeing to make sure I did it right, or maybe to practice. I don't know, just because I'm new to this right now.
Yeah. No, great question. So a lot of times what I've done before is I've actually just gone in and I have opened the lesson, and then in a separate tab, I join as a student. So in one tab, I have the teacher's side, and then in the other tab, I'm a student. So then I can actually visualize what they're going to experience.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes, that helps. So if they have questions, I'll be able to answer, since I want to be able to see what they'll do. Okay,
For
thank
sure.
you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for asking that question. Okay, everyone, to be respectful for your time, we're going to go ahead and continue with our wrap up. I want to go ahead and open this up to a Q&A. So if there are any other questions, please unmute yourself and let me know if you have any questions at this point. If not, I'm going to go ahead and give that other shameless plug for Pear Deck 201. In Pear Deck 201, we're going to go over the different pop-up activities. We're going to show how to leave our students feedback. And then one of the newest features that Pear Deck is offering is the ability to embed audio. So that's a great feature. And then we'll go in more in depth on the teacher dashboard. And then we'll look at those student takeaways, which I had kind of mentioned before. Something else I do want to mention is that today when we finish and I end the session, you guys actually are going to get an email response that will show you the responses that you guys gave today. So it will give you a preview of the student takeaways that your students will receive once they complete a Pear Deck. And then one other feature we'll go over is the immersive reader. So once again, thank you guys so much for attending today. So right now, Tina is going to go ahead and put the link to kick up with the confirmation code. She's also going to include a copy of the time card so that we make sure you guys get paid for your time for being with us today. And finally, the last shameless plug we're going to give is we're going to also give you guys the link to the 201 Kick Up link in case you guys want to visit us again, to go a little bit deeper into Pear Deck 201. Thank you, Anna. Viviana, go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question.
So I had a quick question regarding when I'm making the slides, if I duplicate a slide, and does it automatically, like if on that slide I already did an add-on, for example, like a draggable, if I duplicate the slide, do I have to add it on again if I'm doing a draggable again, or does it automatically already do it? I don't know if that makes sense.
That's a great, no, it makes perfect sense. It actually will be there. And one thing that I will mention is, let's say that you do duplicate it and you're like, oh, I don't want that. All you have to do is when you see the slide at the very bottom, that little bar, it's actually a bar there. There is a button and you just right click it and click delete. So if you wanted to remove it, that's how you do that. So if you want me to open one really quick, I can model that if you guys are interested. I know you guys have about 5 minutes, but if that's something that you guys are interested in seeing, please let me know. I can do that for you.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, because I like doing like I wanted to do like a would you rather, but I don't want to have to go constantly to add in something, like add in the draggable.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, that's great. Yes. While you guys are filling that out, I'm going to go ahead and pull up one that I've used before so that I can model that for you guys. Okay, so for time's sake, I'm just going to go ahead and create a new slide for you guys because I can't seem to find one because it's been a few minutes. So I'm just going to go in really quick here and click on my add-ons. Oh, it is there. My screen's just not okay. So let's say I wanted to go ahead and make this a question or drawing, sorry. And then it's going to add it here on my screen. So you see how it's down here at the bottom? If I decide that I don't want this, I just click on it where it's blue and then just hit delete and it's gone. So that's how you're going to go ahead and change, or remove it or change it however you want. So again, it's just that little bar that's added on. When you click on it and it's highlighted blue, you just delete it and it's gone. So once again, thank you all for joining us. We appreciate it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed experiencing Pear Deck both as a teacher and a student. And you can see the power of engaging your kids. It's a great place. One thing I didn't mention that we will also discuss in 201 is you have the ability to open your Pear Deck on your phone. So let's say you want to walk around your room and teach with the kids and you're doing a teacher-paced instruction. You can actually control it from your phone as you're walking around. So that is another great feature that we will be discussing in 201. Okay, so we have about a minute left and I want to be respectful of your time. So if you don't have anything and you've had the opportunity to respond to the kick up and you've been able to do your time card, feel free to move on. But again, I'm here and so is Tina. If you guys ever have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out.